Hi guys, Reese Carge here for CS6440, Intro to Health Informatics, bringing you a Fhir demo. But first, let me start off by telling you a little bit about myself. I'm a father of 6 kids, and I'm already teaching them how to program using the Lego Mindstorms, which is really fun. I'm a software developer, have been for 8 years, and I'm really now enjoying studying interactive intelligence here at Georgia Tech. And as I've learned in this class about the state of the U.S. healthcare system, I've become interested in how do I take what we've learned here at Georgia Tech and apply it to U.S. healthcare. So let me tell you about Fhir. Fhir stands for Fast Healthcare Interoperability Resources. It is a draft standard created by HL7, an organization that creates healthcare standards. This is their website here, and this is where I found most of the information used to create this presentation. The standard is for the exchange of electronic healthcare records using a web-based API that is free and easy to implement. It describes data formats and the resources to be shared so that it is interoperable right out of the box. So let's take a look at the Georgia Tech Fhir server. Now, the Georgia Tech Fhir server is built on an open source implementation of Fhir called Fhir. Down here on the left, we can see all the different resource types, like practitioner or patient, an organization that they can belong to, a condition that a patient might be diagnosed with. So let's take an example and look up a patient, Marla Dixon. Let's look her up by her family name, Dixon, and let's do the given name too, because I assume there's more than one Dixon. So Marla Dixon, and we search, and there we go. It comes back in JSON because I have JSON selected up here. I could choose XML, and we would see the result in XML, but I prefer JSON. So, JSON, and the resource type is patient. We got the ID of this patient in the database, and I'm going to record that because we're going to be looking her up elsewhere by the ID. We can see her name, her, female, gender, born in 1968, home address here in Atlanta, Georgia. Now we can actually go look. Let's see how many encounters she's had with a practitioner. Let's go look up by patient ID, which is that ID I just copied, Marla Dixon's ID in this database. And we search, and here we go. She's got 3 recorded encounters, and they're with Dr. Braunstein. And this one's with Braunstein and Dr. Braunstein too, all 3 of these. At the service provider, which is this organization here. The organization is Georgia Tech. So we could, if we wanted to, take this ID and look up the organization by that ID. Now let's try looking up how many conditions she's been diagnosed with. So we go to condition. We can look her up by patient name, patient ID again. Type in her patient ID and search. She's got 4 different conditions she's been diagnosed with. This one was diagnosed by Dr. Braunstein. Simple chronic bronchitis. There you are. And there's the code for the bronchitis. It was confirmed on this date. And you can go down to the next one. Also diagnosed by Dr. Braunstein. Coronary arteriosclerosis, type 2 diabetes, and essential hypertension. So, what else can we look at? We can look at her medication order. Here we go. This is what she's been prescribed. Let's do by patient again. We're searching by patient ID like we had before. And we can see that she's been prescribed 3 different medications. She's got metformin hydrochloride and propanol hydrochloride and furosemide. I doubt I pronounced any of those right, but those are the medications she's been prescribed. Although Fhir is still in draft, it has already seen multiple open source implementations such as SmarterFhir and Fhir. Also, on the HL7 website, there's a list of organizations interested in Fhir. One such organization is the Commonwealth Health Alliance. It uses Fhir to support patient linking and matching services. Commonwealth launched this interoperability service in January of 2014. So as you can see, even though Fhir is not in its final state, it has not stopped organizations from adopting it. Currently, Fhir may have a role in meaningful use stage 3. With meaningful use stage 2, it was required that 5% of all patients had to view, download, or transmit their health information to a third party. This had been achieved through using a patient portal. Now in stage 3, a fourth action is required, which is the ability to access their health information through an API. This is where Fhir comes in. It makes sense to use this free, easy-to-implement solution that is already gaining ground.